What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with another video for you guys today. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic morning and a fantastic start to your day thus far. And this is going to be a longer video, so we're going to just quickly jump into it here. Without further ado, let's quickly address the elephant in the room here, which is how big do I need to get my Daring Warriors up to so we can max all the milestones and get that 7 yellow unlock on our boy Silver Surfer. Now, keep in mind, if you can't get the 7 yellow unlock this time around, or if you can't get all the shards, it's not the end of the world. He's going to be coming back next month, and he's going to be coming back again the following month. So every month for the next 3 months, he's going to be coming back here in a 2-week event. And also, keep in mind, when they had the Quasar, Blastar, and Thunderstrike chapters as well, they did eventually give them to us at the end of the sagas, so very well could be a similar situation here. So it doesn't necessarily mean you need to get all his yellows right now, but let's quickly look at the roster here so you guys can kind of see what I used, and of course as well so you guys are aware where your checkpoints need to be. How far do I need to bring my Daring Warriors so I can get most of the milestones, or if not all of them? First and foremost, we've got our Daredevil, and full disclaimer here, everybody is literally 110. So there's no way around it. JJ is the only exception here because I'm still feeling like we may be able to sub in Storm instead of her when she is live tomorrow. Now, Daredevil here, 110, pretty much max as you can go. And only thing we're really missing on him is the ISO 8s and the diamonds. Again, JJ, tier 19, level 105, 3 diamonds. We also have Night Thrasher here. He is a little bit on the weaker side, but again, 4 red, 4 yellow, tier 20, 110. His level and his tier gear kind of makes up for his lack of stars, because if you have more stars, you're gonna have more stats on him. So unfortunately, that's the way it goes. I have yet to see anyone do the run here with a 3-star. So 4-star maybe. Yeah, that might be the minimum here, and who knows? Maybe someone will be able to. Maybe someone will be gutsy enough to try it. Unfortunately, I'm trying to get them up higher so I can maybe punch higher on the leaderboards, but we'll see. Same thing with Speedball as well. 4 red, 4 yellow, level 4 purple ISO 8, level 110, tier 20. Last but not least, the weakest out of our 5 are 3 red, 4 yellow Eclipse. So I think this is kind of the deal breaker, because people are trying to figure out, hey, how many stars do I need on my Eclipse? And of course, Eclipse is the easiest one to get because of the fact that you can't get a 7 on her if you level up the other teams, right? And again, if you guys are kind of wondering, I did my champions with a combination of Winter Guard, and I'll just quickly show you guys what I did. So on her event, I used 2-piece Winter Guard plus 3-piece champions. So this is kind of all I used. I didn't bring up the other ones. And again, if you bring up Winter Guard and you get them all to 105, tier, what is it, tier, you have to bring them to tier 19 or something? Yeah, anyways, you can get the 7, I think, on Eclipse, but yeah, I just wasn't willing to put that type of investment, and we've already kind of blown quite a bit of resources on the Daring Warriors, and we wanted to kind of cut our losses where they are. So again, Daredevil is kind of our biggest and beefiest, and it's important there because of the fact that he does hit the hardest, and the other 3 are do play a minor role in this. So without further ado, let's quickly jump into the gameplay. Now, in order to get all the milestones unlocked, we need to get at least 4.5 mil. And the best way to do this without tackling down the last node, because the last node will be kind of the most difficult, especially given the fact that we only have 4 yellows on our on most of our Daring Warriors. So what you want to do is you want to get enough points on here, and I'm using the armor ones because they're fairly minimal in terms of the actual improvement on the difficulties. And as you guys can kind of see here, the expected run score should be about 4.5, but with all the bonus points and stuff, that should actually get us around there. What we need to do here is we need to get at least 500,000 points worth of from each node, and then 500 times 9 will be 4.5. So for this one, this is one where I don't think there's really much that I can show you guys in terms of roster. If you guys have seen some of my other gameplay, you'll know that most of these guys are tier 20, level 105. I don't have any 110s on these guys here, but I will have to speed up some of this footage because otherwise you guys are gonna just absolutely have the longest video ever. I use 3-piece Phoenix Force to cancel out the speed. If you don't have 3-piece Phoenix Force, you can also use Quasar. He will do a great job of canceling out the speed bar for you guys. And again, I'm not gonna Yeah, I'm not gonna, go too much on the detail of this, but yeah, just know that having really, really powerful mythic characters will work. Fantastic Four Brimstone also works to a certain degree, but there's just not enough damage outputs, and hence the reason why we have to bring in Odin and Mephisto. And yeah, they really tacked this one on here. I think out of all the nodes, I would say this one's actually probably very, very difficult. You actually can use your Daring Warriors on this as well, but I just didn't want to mess up the cooldowns. It's actually not too bad with the Daring Warriors, but again, as you guys can kind of see here, yeah, massive amounts of abilities from our side, and you can just tell how tanky these guys are. The increase in armor really amps up their stamina, and of course you can see here that we're throwing ults after ults, and it's like just tickling these guys. So of course as well, you'll see that even with the Starjammers and Lalandra, they have so much health, right? They have so much health, and it's absolutely just atrocious, and it's gross. Now keep in mind, this is a really good setup because even though these guys have a ton of health, with the setup that we have running the 3-piece Phoenix Force with Mephisto and Odin, it's actually a very stable team here because there's lots of healing going on between the Phoenix Force guys just from their passives. Magneto cancels with the speed bar from the from the Starjammers. And of course as well, we have Odin kind of doing his thing, which is just kind of laying waste here every time they assist. He just kind of does his thing here and adds the damage part. So I'm not going to let you guys watch the whole thing. I just cut the footage here kind of to the end here. If you guys want the full gameplay of it, Desir, Boyan, they've already done great gameplay videos. You guys don't need regurgitated of the same crap over and over. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know this is how I got through the first node, and you kind of know what team I used. And again, Quasar works for canceling the speed bar. And if you don't have Quasar, or sorry, well, most people should have Quasar, but if you don't have Quasar, Fantastic Four also does a pretty good job as well. But yeah, it just takes a bit longer. Now we're going to go into the second node here, and now we are going to be using our Daring Warriors, which is kind of the key team here. Again, I'm going to have to speed this up because I've already done videos of this, and you don't need to watch the same regurgitated stuff, but I'll kind of go over the important points again. So again, fast forwarding a little bit here, so you guys don't have to see me just kind of trucking through it, but you want to make sure all your cooldowns are ready for the next wave drop. When that next wave drop comes, we need to make sure that we're ready for Jeff the Landshark. Throw that big massive ult to strip everything. You want to time it just perfectly so that Daredevil gets his turn in. He's going to apply that slow, and he's going to start spreading everything around. And then this is also very important. We need to ability block the Hive Mind, and of course as well Superior Spider-Man, so there's no heals. Also, we got the ability block on Hobgoblin. Right there is the 4 deadliest combos there. We've kind of locked down Hive Mind, we've locked down Hobgoblin, we've locked down Jeff the Landshark, and he goes down. No, actually isn't too bad. You can kind of just leave him kind of in the corner there for a bit, but yeah, what you want to do is you don't want to leave him alone too long. You just want to make sure you focus on those clusters and get the damage in. And again, even though our characters are only 4 red or 4 yellow, whatever you want to call it, they do a pretty good job here because of the fact that we are very strategic with our placements of the negatives, and of course as well the ability blocks really renders them useless. Yeah, our damage is definitely a little bit better with Daredevil kind of spear fronting it because of the fact that he's level 110 and tier 20. I don't know if I could. I don't know if you could do it without having him at least tier 20 at minimum. But yeah, the level 110 and the tier 20 definitely helps. And if you've got diamonds, if you got more than 3 diamonds on him, for sure, it's going to amp up your damage. So as you guys can kind of see here, once we kind of get rid of those stragglers, we can kind of focus on Null. We can kind of leave, you can leave Scorpion and Lizard last. They're kind of slower. They're kind of tankier, which is fine. And yeah, like I said, it's going to be, you might need a little bit of luck as well, because if they keep focusing on somebody as well, it may be a little bit RNG. But actually, this one only took me two attack attempts, so this one wasn't too bad. I just got really lucky with the run here. And of course as well, as everyone knows, the more you play these scourges, the more you kind of get used to certain ways and how these mechanics work, and I think we get better and better as we kind of progress through the week. I mean, it's only like the second day, and more and more people are trickling into the leaderboards, so you can kind of tell people are just getting accustomed to this scourge, right? Getting characters up, getting characters leveled up, that sort of jazz. Okay, so I'm going to cut the footage here and right to the end so you guys can kind of see it. Okay, so yeah, leaving Lizard last, building those cooldowns, and we are done with node number 2. This is the deal breaker one. This is the one that's kind of gatekeeping a lot of people, and again, we're getting over 500 points. 500,000 points times 9 is going to get us that 4.5, which will max out our milestones. Okay, so next section is the Mutants. This is actually one of my favorite sections. Lots of flexibility, lots of different characters, lots of raid characters, just lots of flexibility here with the best buddies, Phoenix Force. And full disclaimer now, I'm using Professor X because I'm lazy. I didn't really care for it. And spoiler alert, sorry Rage. My buddy Rage here, my cousin, he will be actually he's going to be releasing some gameplay later on for you guys as well here, and he's going to use Professor X on the higher difficulties. Or sorry, he's gonna do the mutant nodes without Professor X. I just didn't want to steal his thunder. I already took a look at his teams and everything. He uses very, very mediocre free-to-play friendly teams. And actually, I was just telling him, I was like, we were chatting the night before. We were kind of going through the different combos we used, and it was so funny because he was like, "Oh my God, you're using Professor X? I want to use Professor X, but I also want to be, I want to be free-to-play friendly." And I was like, dude, you do you, man. You go ahead and do that. I'm going to use my Professor X because I'm lazy as hell. So, anyways, Professor X makes a pretty short joke of it. But, yeah, if I do recall, even watching Boyle on and Desir, they recommended, like, Immortal and or is that who they use? I'm trying to remember now. I don't want to get mixed up with Rage's teams. But, yeah, there were some good teams. You can use Hellfire. There's lots of great teams you can use here. And, of course, as well, Professor X is just going to make things easier. I don't really know. I don't know if most people will have him or not have him, but yeah, he's definitely going to make things a lot easier for you. And of course, as well, just don't recall the best buddies. Wolverine and Deadpool really, really pack a punch. So having those two as well together are really, really easy. And it makes it fairly straightforward. At least I find. And they should be G20 as well. So if you got it from the Best Buddies event, it's gonna make things fairly straightforward. What I like to do with my Professor X, though, if you guys are if you guys are in that capacity to use Professor X, make sure you guys save his special and his alt. You usually want to save one for at least each of the nodes, and yeah, making sure that you have them available to you is gonna make things a lot smoother. We use it here so we can take care of Apocalypse, and then it's just easy. But yeah, he has enough time as well because these guys are a bit tankier, so you can build your cooldowns back up. But I think you guys get the gist of it. I'm gonna rush to the end here. And apologies again. I have to do a lot of rushing here because it was like 2 hours worth of footage. So I do not want to subject you guys to like an hour and a half to 2 hours of gameplay. Nobody wants to hear anybody talk for that long. That's just crazy. So anyways, yeah, same sort of team dealio here. What is really nice is we get access to Old Man Logan, and yeah, you could literally just put Professor X and Old Man Logan and Phoenix, and you really don't really need anybody else. They'll get the job done here fairly quickly, just because yeah, they're so good together. Storm, we built up, we can build her charges up as well, right? But the slow's nice, so it makes our team go a little faster. And again, Old Man Logan does what he's best at, which is kind of just creating all that trauma. And you want to just control the early board here. Having the war buffs active would also be very scary here. So this is why we didn't want to partake in the extra mod there. But if anybody has done it with the war buffs, holy crap, hats off to you. That's kind of crazy. I do not like playing against these guys in war, especially because in these game modes where their stats are like overpowered, absolutely bonkers. So yeah, just control the board. I don't think there's anything too crazy with regards to this wave or this node, so I'm just gonna rush to the end here so you guys can kind of see the end. Okay, so 2 left, and again, yeah, it's just like literally 7 minutes, 8 minutes of just attacking slowly, right? Because they have so much freaking health and so much armor. So again, that's the third node. Fairly straightforward, like I said. Now we can go into the symbiote ones, and this one I will show you guys the full gameplay here. Okie dokie. Whoops. Just want to quickly do the roster check here so you guys can kind of see it. And this is for my boy Zojin, my guy. Hopefully this helps you out, man. Again, symbiotes. If you want to focus on the symbiotes, just make sure all you really need is you kind of only need like the 3. I feel like Gore and Null are kind of the key pieces here because they're the kind of the newest symbiotes. But again, level 105, tier 20, purple ISO 8, level 3. Make sure he's a skirm. If he's not a skirm, he's not going to be able to take off the immunities. So the skirm's going to make it easier for you guys. Then we got Gore, tier 19, also purple level 3, and of course as well, it doesn't matter. You can keep him as a raider. All T4s. Hive Mind, same thing. Or sorry, Void Knight. I don't know why I always say Hive Mind. Level 105, tier 19, level 1 on the ISO purple. And of course as well, I can't click on Red Goblin, otherwise it promotes them, but just take my word for it. All my Hive Mind guys are level 95 when I use them for raids. So again, Alt T for it on Carnage, level 95, Purple ISO 1, and tier 18. Red Goblin is also tier 18 because you can kind of see his little circles. And yeah, like I said, you can't really see his levels. I don't even think it's available on the squads, right? You go to raids here. You see that? Yeah, you can't even see his level. So, anyways, yeah, let's quickly jump into the gameplay again. Sorry, apologies about that. Okay, let's go back in, and again, this one we will not do any skipping, so you guys can see the full gameplay of it. But yeah, let me just apologize now that it's gonna be a lengthier. It's gonna be a lengthier one, because we're not doing any skips or anything like that. Okay, so you want to open up with the special here so that you can get some damage on the left side, and then you want to throw the big fat alt. That's going to ability block Sam, and then of course as well as you're kind of trickling down on some of these guys' health, you're going to start noticing that the Hive Mind guys are going to get some turn bar, and this is the reason why we use that special with Null, just so we can get his own Carnage on the board. Make sure Carnage doesn't die. It's going to make things a little easier if he's alive for the last node. Mine ended up dying on another attempt, and we used Venom instead, and we could have probably finished it faster if it wasn't for that. So you'll see here that once you kind of start getting their health low, you'll start getting a ton of turn bar as well. And again, don't forget to heal up when you can. And yeah, just, you know, you want to make sure Gore and Null can just keep applying those basics, and you know, save Gore's ult and the special if you want for the next wave here. When the next wave drops, we want to be careful of Lady Bullseye. She does a lot of damage, right? So you want to make sure you can take that immunity off by focusing her. Null can basically take it off with the skirm, so he's gonna take that one off there, and now you can ability block her, and then you also want to, you know, take down some guys, get some health as well, low on them. Okay, yep, throw the ult, get the, like I said, get the immunities off, just because of the assists. It all works, as long as there's a skirm, or sorry, vulnerability, excuse me, not skirm. Yeah, and then we'll get the ability block there, and then, yeah, you can throw the slow on. Yeah, because when they have the immunity, they can't get the slow applied from Null's basic. And to this day, I still feel like Null is the best Battle World boss, at least until we see what Maestro can do. But yeah, Null is just a freaking boss. He really just absolutely demolishes these nodes. These nodes were basically just built for Null, I guess. Like really, the other guys do help, but I mean, Null's basically doing like 90% of the work. My 5 diamond Null basically handles all these guys, right? And just shows you just how good he is. So hopefully you guys can kind of see that. That's again, 3 of them are kind of the leaders on this, and then yeah, two tier 18s, level 95, to kind of save you guys some resources, right? If you guys are trying to, you know, if you guys are trying to focus resources right now on Daring Warriors, this will help save a little bit there for you guys. And done. Okay. Yeah, just cutting a little footage here near the end, because yeah, just trying to make this thing a little bit more trimmed, because oh my gosh, it's gonna be such a massive video. Okay, so once you get that one done, you can kind of see now we're racking up in the points, and yeah, we're slowly getting there. Now we get to go back to dance with our Daring Warriors. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna switch into healer ISO 8 mode, because this is gonna, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more intense. Okay, so you want to open up basically with the cleanse, and this is why those cooldowns, saving them, are important. This is the one that has the Mephisto dropping. So again, as we're kind of playing through it, it's kind of the same strategy, you know, apply the trauma, get the slows on, and then once you get the slows on, you also want to use a Speedball's ability block to cancel out some of these accursed members. That's just going to make things a hell of a lot easier for you. My best advice for you guys here is to stun Satana. She kind of heals up quite a bit, so stunning her is actually really nice, and on top of that, she's kind of slow. So it really helps if you're able to stun her and take her out of the game. And then, of course, as well, you can kind of focus on the stragglers, which is just making sure that, you know, they're not going to be too much of a pain for your team. We keep in mind our characters are, you know, pretty good at the start, but then they kind of start losing a bit of steam. And whereas the Accursed is the same thing, right? They have all these abilities, alts, and other crazy stuff. And once they use them all, they're not too bad. or they're not too great. Sorry, but not too bad. But yeah. Ability block. Just keep them in check. And again, Satana's still stunned. Juggernaut's also kind of nice because I feel like he doesn't really do anything, so that's kind of nice there. But yeah, for sure. Just be careful of the cooldowns. Make sure you're not letting anybody die here. And of course, as well, once we kind of get down to the last couple of guys, you also want to make sure the timing is right. This is one of those things I keep talking to you guys about with regards to node 2 as well as the last node. We're not going to be doing the last node here, so this strategy bypasses the last node, so you guys can get the unlock here. So this is kind of it. If we can do this node here with our 4-star Daring Warriors, then we're kind of in the home clear, right? This is kind of the final stretch rest, because after this one is going to be Hive Mind and Mutant nodes, and those are kind of a joke, right? Mutants already kind of over and done with Professor X kind of leading the charge on that. And of course as well, we have the Hive Mind slash Symbiotes for the for the symbiote section, right? So not too difficult once we get past this point. Which is why it's so important that our Hive Mind, you want to minimize the resources on it, because Gore and Null are kind of the ones that are kind of leading the charge on that. Excuse me. And then you can kind of focus your resources on building maybe better teams. Like, for example, like the Daring Warriors. Yeah, I think this is the big limiter for people, right? And I think that's what they intended the event for. So it is too bad. But yeah, we may do with these 4-star characters. And for sure. I do feel like it helps out having the extra stars, but we didn't farm them up because we were stupid and we didn't think we needed to. But here we are paying for it, so we had to do it the man's way. Anyway, so once you kind of get down to the last couple of stragglers, this is where, like I said, it's important. You want to make sure your health is going to get topped off here. You want to make sure your cooldowns are good. So it's in an ideal world. It would be nice if if we can get everybody healed up here, but obviously it doesn't matter too much, because by the time everybody drops, you're gonna use your ults, you're gonna use your specials. It's gonna really just you're gonna notice a difference here. You'll see. So again, just watching the timing here, Daredevil doesn't necessarily get the timing correct, so that kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. So the wave drops, and we throw JJ on there so that she can get that assist. We throw the defense down. This is important because then when Daredevil does take that turn, we can get that slow. In an ideal world, it would have been nice if Daredevil applied the slow first, but not the end of the world, because there's a lot of slow characters on this team, so it's fine. So we throw the big massive ability block, and then again, now he does his thing here with the special, or sorry, the ultimate, which actually does quite a bit of damage because of the defense down. Then we also have Night Thrasher's ult. We're gonna throw this in here just so we can get the trauma applied, and of course as well, we have Speedball's ult. Now we're gonna take Nightcrawler Blade out of the picture here, so that way he's not going to be too much of an issue blinding us, and then we can throw the heals, and I think you guys get the gist of it. We got Safeguard, we got Reflect, we got counter attacks. This is the reason why I don't like playing against Daring Warriors in Cosmic Crucible. So again, when they start laying everything down like that, yeah, it's atrocious. And they do take down some of the top meta teams, right? The Phoenix Force, the Fantastic Four, the Accursed, the Starjammers, right? Very, very solid team. So nonetheless, we didn't build them up, so we were playing a little catch up here. But hopefully helps you guys out, so you guys can kind of see that we can do it with the 4 stars on the Daring Warriors. And again, like I said, once you take care of that Mephisto, it is good as done. Now we just have to worry about the stragglers. And again, we still have Satana there, or we have Agatha. Not crazy characters, but we do got to be careful of Blade and Oath. They used to be meta for a very good reason, and that's because they're very, very dangerous if you leave them alone. And luckily for us, Blade is stunned. So she's kind of missing her partner there. And again, as well, like I said, we can start throwing all the ults and the cooldowns, and you guys will see that it does make such a massive difference, especially when Daredevil takes a turn, right? And he does a little flicking of the stick and just whipping and smacking and hitting everybody with those nunchucks. So I think they're called no, they're not nunchucks, are they? I don't remember what they're called. Anyways, it looks cool. So anyways, yeah, so once you get down to the last one here, really doesn't matter. You can save your cooldowns. We're not gonna do the boss. We're not gonna do the final boss node, so it really doesn't matter what the cooldowns are. But yeah, if you guys do want to tackle it on and you have a bigger Daring Warriors and you're able to do it, then great, you can get more points on the milestone. I might just I think yeah, I've already tried it a few times, and yeah, I just can't get the damage outputs. But maybe Storm can change the deal for me. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes on Friday. So there you guys have it. That is the last node for the Daring Warriors, at least for this run. And now we can switch gears and we can go into the Mutant stream. And like I said, the Mutant stream is a lot easier than the Daring Warriors ones. Okay, so back into the Mutants. Make sure you throw some sack waves. Some sack waves are going to take the Fantastic Four bombs, or the massive ults from Sue and Franklin, and this will help. This will help solve some of the initial damage part. So that way you can basically have a good how your team can be full health. So again, not sure how we took the first turn here, but yeah, we take that ult like a boss. So just do that again here for Franklin. And you guys will not have too many issues here. So we'll go in with, again, I just made this team up. I have no idea if this is good. We just used the Immortal X with literally X, Xavier. And again, yeah, like I said, we throw the big ult here. I like to go for Reed. We'll see how this one goes. But yeah, for sure, once they kind of use their ultimates, Sue and Franklin, it does make it a lot smoother, and you shouldn't hopefully have too many issues. It's still not going to be like a walk in the park, but Xavier is he makes such a difference right on this team. And again, as well, like I said, I already kind of spoiled it, but my boy Rage, shout out to you, my guy. Sorry I'm spoiling it for people. Yeah, he did not want to use Xavier, and he was very, very stubborn. But again, he wanted to make sure his his team was free to play, and of course as well, it would help the masses. So make sure you check it out later. I think he's gonna have it posted sometime. Maybe it's today. He was working on it, so I don't know. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. But yeah, it's very, very good. And so make sure you guys check it out when it does drop. Again, Boilon and Desir as well have the full gameplay as well. Much better than my own, because they're not pausing and cutting and all this other stuff. They just play right through it. So yeah, do check theirs out as well, but just a different take. Mine's a different take on it because of the fact that we don't have diamonds on our Daring Warriors like some of those other guys do. But anyways, yeah, so once you kind of get down into this area, yeah, you can kind of get ready here for the next wave drop. It really doesn't matter. We've got Professor X here. Actually, if I recall, I do believe it's just trying to remember here now. It's gonna be when there's one left and then the wave drops, but it really doesn't matter because of the fact, like I said, Professor X kind of just does, he does what he does, right? So it's not gonna be too much of an issue. And just building up the storm charges, getting those ready here when the next wave drops, and you'll be able to kind of decimate it when it does. So skipping again here, and yeah, so next wave drops, and this is important where that's what I was saying. Professor X just kind of strips everything, and then you can kind of take care of the rest here. Yeah, Professor X really does make such a massive difference here. Also really good to know is the fact that having Rachel and having Polaris is really, really cool, because then you can just kind of do like a mass spread on the negatives. So keep that in mind, and that's kind of the reason why I was trying to go with this team here, because we throw the blind, and then of course as well, Polaris is going to get her pull. She's going to pull everybody in, and then we're going to get a mass amount of negatives just spreading across the entire cluster here. And I think just give me one sec here. I'm pretty sure it comes up next here when Polaris takes her turn. We throw the ult. And again, we got that mass blind, lots of negatives. And then, yeah, when Rachel gets to her turn, she's going to be able to mass spread that, and it just makes things so much easier for us. Also keep in mind, it doesn't really matter if anybody dies, because the next wave we're gonna use see right here, see, this is where you do the mass blind. But the next wave, the next node, excuse me, that we have Old Man Logan. That's all we really need. We don't even need Professor X. Old Man Logan's gonna get done for us. So anyways, guys, that is kind of it for this one. I'm gonna fast forward to the end here. Okay, yeah, just really trying my darnest to make this video so it's not over an hour and a half, but yeah, getting slow chunks here. So again, like I said, it doesn't matter who died. We could have just autoed it. We're gonna throw in Old Man Logan. We can throw in whoever else, and yeah, it really doesn't matter who you put it with. Honestly, I'm actually thinking we could probably even hit auto on this one. But yeah, Old Man Logan just shreds. He's gonna do what he's good at. He's gonna apply negatives. He's gonna just absolutely destroy everybody. And yeah, it's kind of weird. They threw a 4-piece Brimstone team without Daemon. Very, very interesting choice. I'm kind of very curious why they did that, but maybe they're just trying to give us some freebies, which, hey, not a bad thing, right? Not a bad thing. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to take what we can get. Also, keep in mind, guys, keep in mind that when this next wave drops, you want to also make sure you have your cooldowns up because there's going to be, I think it's Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen, if I'm not mistaken here. And yeah, you want to make sure you're ready for that when it does drop. I believe Apocalypse doesn't have the ult either, so they kind of gives you a little bit of cushion there. So not the end of the world, but yeah, Old Man Logan he just crushes these nodes. I'm so very grateful that they at least gave us the option to use him, and very curious, you know, when the next chapter comes, they'll hopefully learn from this one and hopefully follow the same suit where they'll give us access to, like, it's not every day we get to use Professor X and Old Man Logan in a node together, right? So that was kind of cool to see. Anyways, so the Four Horsemen and Apocalypse drop. Yeah, we full disclaimer, Professor X, he doesn't have any of his cooldowns, so we actually can't fully utilize it, but it would have been nice if we could throw the ult here, eh? So we can just strip all the positives and then he just decimate the board. But yeah, it just kind of goes to show you, even though he doesn't have his ult or his cooldowns up, he still does quite a bit of meaningful damage because of the fact that his basic flips. And on top of that, he every time before when an opponent takes a turn, right, they hit each other. So yeah, all that damage that he brings out adds up, especially because these guys are like insane. I don't know, their stats are insane. They hit each other pretty hard. So anyways, yeah, I'll take what I can get. Having said that, now, like I said, yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult on this Mutant node. And oh, there's Apocalypse going the ult. He's gonna punch. Professor X takes it like a champ. And again, yeah, we don't end up using his special or his ult, which just goes to show you, right? You don't really need it, or you don't really need him per se. But yeah, again, Rage is gonna have a video out later on here. Hopefully today. I'm thinking he's probably gonna do it today. I'm not 100% sure what his schedule is like, but when he does, do check it out because yeah, it's he uses no Professor X, and that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool there. So there you guys have it. That is 4.1. We've got the last and final node now that we can do here to max out all the points. And again, shout out to my boy Zojin. Sorry, buddy. Sorry it's taking me this long to get the video out to you. We were just, still doing some testing and all that other stuff, and I wanted to make sure I had everything kind of complete. So we're gonna run this one again. We're not gonna skip anything here because I do feel like it's important to see this. And yeah, you know what, just for funsies, we can run it on normal speed here, just so you guys can kind of see my thought process. So again, with this one, throw the big special here so you can just get some health there. What's important here as well is if you leave Mr. Negative and Kingpin alone, they're gonna bring out summons, and that may help you out as well here, getting that fuel for your speed bar. So maybe a strategy may help you out here if your hive mind or your symbiote characters are a bit lower. Okay, yeah, sorry, just getting a bit of water. And yeah, I would say just watch the cooldowns. Then the first wave isn't actually too bad. It's the second one when it drops that may give people a little bit of grief, but still pretty easy, I think, in the grand scheme of things compared to all the other nodes. Like I said, they really threw us a doozy there by putting the Daring Warriors on node number 2 and giving a lot of people grief there. But yeah, anyways, so get these guys as low as possible. Anytime they're low on health, we're just going to get a ton of speed bar to our Carnages, to our Symbiotes. And yeah, you want to minimally invest on these guys because we don't know what this Symbiote 6 is going to consist of, and you don't want to be putting dead resources into a dead character. So I feel like right now, Null and Gore are pretty safe. And then, of course, as well, I have no idea who the other ones would be. But, we take advantage of Silver Surfer or excuse me, Void Knight because of the fact that he's got that mass pull. And he just looks pretty badass. So I never really felt bad about pushing him to 105. But I'm not willing to G20 him because it is such a limited resource. So Anyways, let us, yeah, again, just say that alt. That alt's going to come in handy later. You'll see when we pull the next wave. But yeah, just kind of keep Kingpin alive if you want. He's quite squishy already, so you don't really need to do too much to him. And of course, as well, anybody that is low, just kind of keep them around. See, again, Mr. Negative summons somebody. So that's kind of nice, keeping them around. That's going to bring out some more summons. And of course, with each kill or summon or whatever you want to call it, then you get more turn bar. Excuse me. And yeah, I think you guys can kind of see it here. Fairly straightforward. The next wave should drop here whenever we take care of whether Medusa or Kingpin. And you'll see here that we actually, all it takes is one hit actually to get Kingpin down to like less than 30. So he's quite squishy. He has really crappy stats. He's such an old character. So the Annihilators drop. Again, Gore does his thing. Let's take care of the revive once. Although I guess if you have the revive once, it may be beneficial because then you have more people to kill. I don't know actually. I don't know. Maybe it's better or worse. But anyways, we'll throw the big ult here. Once we get the Gladiator's health low enough, he'll go into stealth, which is kind of what we want. And then, yeah, then we can kind of throw the special right in this corner here and kill off some people, get some speed bar back. And then this is kind of where the train starts rolling here. So what your strategy here is, you want to make sure you can get some of these guys down here before Thanos does his passive. So, yeah, it's going to sting a little bit, and it's probably going to kill. It'll probably kill most of your teammates, other than Gore and Null, just because they're built up. But we'll see here. I actually forgot. I don't remember what exactly happens, but you'll see here in a bit. Throw the ult. That's going to apply some negatives as well, so that's kind of nice. And again, like I said, just get anybody that looks low, hit them with the darkness. It's going to get some extra little hits there. Throw the ability block on Quicksilver as well. That's going to be handy because then you can prevent him from using his ult, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Again, throw the special there, or sorry, not the special, the basic there, so you apply the slow down to some of these guys. And again, yeah, Scarlet Witch is dead. That's going to fill the speed bar. Thank you very much. And then, yeah, again, we're going to get Gore's passive triggering. And, yeah, we should get, hopefully, yeah, like I said, we'll take some energy off of Thanos. I think that works, right? It doesn't have to be raids, right? It doesn't have to be raids. Anyways, so yeah, we throw the special there, and yeah, apply some negatives. He's gonna get ready to hit his passive here, and you guys will see it when he does. It stings. It stings because our hive mind's so crappy. But yeah, but like I said, it really doesn't matter because Null is so good on his own. He's fine, right? So there, he does a little thing. Everybody kind of dies off. Gore does his thing, and again, like I said, fairly straightforward for people that built up Annihilators. Or sorry, not built them up, but fairly straightforward if they built up the Symbiotes. Excuse me, Annihilators. If they built up the Gore, if you built up your Void Knight, and of course as well if you built up your Gore. No, did I say them all? I think I said it. Yeah, it's too early. It's too early for me to be doing this. But anyways, guys. So I hope you guys can see this very long video, and I've cut up I think over an hour of footage. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Hopefully this works. And hopefully this video doesn't look too choppy when it is uploaded and there for you guys. So we hit the 4.5. We've got all the milestones. We'll quickly jump in game here so you guys can see. Wow, I am impressed with myself. I was just looking at my finished footage, and yeah, we were able to trim like over an hour of footage. So hopefully this has helped you guys out. We're just going to recap it so you guys can kind of see it. Again, first node, we used Odin plus Phoenix Force and Mephisto. The Phoenix Force cancels out the speed bar from the Starjammers, and will kind of set your stage up for the next node as well. Phoenix is nice because, yeah, she heals a lot, and she adds that synergy with the Phoenix Force as well. The second node, no surprises, is the Daring Warriors. That's the team power, again, running with 3 of the 4 yellows, and of course Daredevil and JJ being 3 diamonds really helped out. The next node is the the non-legendary mutant. Again, we utilize Professor X and some Hellfire members, and you can do it with both of the Emmas too. They actually work really well. Actually, I think that's what Rage might have done. Instead of Xavier, I think he ran double Emmas. But anyways, you guys will see that in his video. Again, spoiler alert. Sorry, buddy. If you're listening to me talk right now, man, sorry. So again, same sort of thing. We used Professor X because we were lazy. Old Man Logan, Wolverine style, double Emmas. Oh, I guess I did the... Or not double Emma, sorry. Not double Emma. Yeah, Storm and Emma, sorry. Whoops. Okay, Hive Mind plus... Gore and Null, and yeah, I feel like yeah, I feel like it was fairly straightforward. Hopefully makes sense. Hopefully helps you out too, buddy. Zildjian, hopefully helps you out, man. Hopefully helps you out. Okay, so node number 6. Again, Daring Warriors. Once we get rid of 6, we are kind of in the clear because we are not planning to do the last node because it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy with that armor, and I don't have enough damage output. Again, with this one, we didn't see all the sack waves, but I threw one in there to absorb Sue's ult, and then I threw another one to absorb Franklin's ult. And then we finished the job off with our Professor X and Immortal X men. So cool. Cool. Node number 8. We used Old Man Logan, Phoenix, and Xavier, and some of the best buddy, I guess in this case, with Emma Frost. And yeah, fairly straightforward. I don't think there were too many surprises there. Last and finally, Hive Mind plus Null Gore. Get it done on the Symbiote section. So that is it, guys. That is it. Again, I'm not gonna be doing this last one because we just don't need to. My entire goal was just so I can get the power cores. So again, like I said, by the time we upload the video and stuff, it's going to be a little bit later. But you'll see here, I'm in the top 1,000, and we've basically hit all the milestones here. Like I said, we can hit collect here. We can hit collect so you guys see it. But yeah, 770 shards, 1,200 power cores, plus the other 800 I think we had earlier, and actually quite a bit of trading materials as well for the T4 side of things. But that is it, guys. And again, like I said, because we are in the top 1,000, and I doubt this is going to stick. I doubt this is going to stick. This is probably not going to stick. But I'm hoping for anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000. I am A-okay. If I can get a 5, I'm A-okay with that. Heck, I'm even okay with a 4-star. So, anyways, guys, that is all I got for this time. Hopefully, you guys found this beneficial. If I was annoying and I just annoyed you guys, I do apologize for that, but hopefully you guys are able to see here that we are able to do it with the Daring Warriors. Let me just quickly run that back into here. Whoops, wrong sections and everything, jump it all over the place. So again, Daredevil, JJ, both 3 diamonds, and of course as well we ran it with the 4 red and 4 or I guess not 4 red, the double 4 reds and the 1 3 red, I guess the 3 4-stars, but our Eclipse needs a little bit of love. So that is how you do it. That is how we get all the milestones, and hopefully this video was not too long for you guys. Other than that, guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your guys' patience with my bouncing around and all that jazz. And other than that, happy Thursday. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day and a lovely start to your day. And I will see you guys when I see you guys.